it's certain things that my kids can't do that I knew how to do early. Like my boys, and I don't know if it's because they're cul-de-sac kids. We got this thing in the house we call cul-de-sac kids. I got a cul-de-sac kid.
Yeah, I call them privileged.
You call them privileged.
Suburban babies.
Suburban babies.
Hey.
So like Wi-Fi is an emergency.
Yeah.
I don't have any Wi-Fi. You know, where we were outside playing or doing whatever. So neither one of my boys, and I don't know if they want to, can ride a bike.
Welcome back to another episode of Just My Baby Daddy podcast. It's your boy AJ.
It's the bougie baby daddy Eli.
What are your hands for?
Hey man, cause I gotta get ready. Like yo,
That's your new intro.
Yeah. Hey, like yo, it's like I'm putting that lotion on.
Yeah, but it sounds ashy. You got all this.
Oh, it sound? Oh, come on, son. Now, just cause I just told your hoodie was ashy, you gonna talk about my hand?
Listen, you can edit it to make it look crispy.
No, it ain't that much crispy.
Listen, man.
You're not supposed to dry that type of material.
It is black-owned business.
Well, it's ashy black.
Get the fuck out. Come on, man.
Hey man, look, man.
The
one thing you're not gonna do.
Let him be himself.
Look, the one thing you're not gonna do is disrespect the man that I've looked up to for years. Look, this man has been with me as I've continued to grow as a man,
And widen.
What?
Nothing.
Widen. A word.
Oh, crazy.
Word. At least one of us still grows.
Oh, we ain't never get through this intro. Come on, man.
Can I finish talking?
Go ahead.
Look, man, we got the man, the myth, the legend, one of the most influential people that I've met since I've been in the triangle. Because he's definitely been a mentor, but more than that, like we talked yesterday, it's like it's a friend.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
somebody that I can call on if I need any type of advice. If anybody that I know needs advice, even when we talk about like, man, it's about 1 million people got my phone off. But this man has been the same, and that's why I respect him so much. And I don't know if I've ever told you, from the first time I met you, you've been the same.
Appreciate it.
And you know that's rare, especially being a pastor. Sometimes
Because the
that's rare.
thing about it is, I got people like you that I'm connected to.
Oh yeah,
and
we'll
if I
call
do-
you.
You call me
Oh
out.
no, we're gonna call you. See, he knows that. He knows that. Yo, I'm talking to you like a regular person, and it's not an authentic relationship if we can't talk like
Right,
that.
absolutely.
Because I can't grow with you if I don't feel like I can really be genuine with you.
Absolutely.
Now, it doesn't take all the words. It doesn't take a whole bunch of stuff. It's just two grown men being grown.
Absolutely.
And he has his church that's flourishing. If it won't so far away.
And he told me that. When I started church, he's like, look, I ain't coming. Because that's a long way. But you have shown up, though.
I have shown up.
You did. That was good enough for me.
And it's like going home. That's one thing, and that I think we had that kind of like, yo, it's just like going home. Now church is, like I said, it's blowing up. And that's a credit to you, your wife, your team. And I love still listening to it.
Yeah,
even though it might not always be there, I do listen to you now. So, but
I appreciate
it. Mr. Pastor Nate Davis, thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's an honor. It's an honor to be here. When you called, I had no really choice in the matter. You know, the thing about it is I never forget people who have been supporting me forever. You know, when I came with a little budget and was trying to take pictures with the men's ministry, she's like, man, just give me $500, man. I'm gonna come. And even though that's everything I had, you came and you did it and you were professional. And so you've always been my guy. So, you know, one of the things that we say, we don't ever big time, because I know you will call me out. I know you will. I know I get a text or a phone call, but I'm honored here. I've seen some of the other podcasts and was really interested in it. So I'm glad to be on here and have some discussions.
Man, that's good.
See what y'all got for me.
Well, we're going to start you off the same way we start off all the rest of them. We're going to ask you, what does it mean to you to be a father?
Wow. Oh, that's a loaded question. I think it's somebody who nourishes, provides, and cares for. It's kind of shaping this person, seeing their talents, seeing their gifts, seeing what they have, what they're good at, and shaping them and preparing them to be a father themselves, to be a man of a character, man of integrity. Just something I really, really take serious. I have 4 children. I have an older son who's 34. I got a 20-year-old daughter, a 12-year-old son,
you
and
thinking
a
about
4-year son. Once you get past 2, you kind of forget. And 2 grandchildren, so we have all that going on in our house. And I think about it sometimes. I wish I could be a better father. Because a lot of times people think, and when I say a better father, like I beat myself up sometimes just because of what I do. And long as you know me, what I do, my job is very, very time consuming. Very, very. My kids share me with everybody. And it's certain things that my kids can't do that I knew how to do early. Like my boys, and I don't know if because they're cul-de-sac kids. We got this thing in the house we call cul-de-sac kids. I got cul-de-sac kids.
Yeah, I call them privilege.
You call them privilege.
I call them babies.
Suburban babies.
Hey.
So like Wi-Fi is an emergency.
Yeah.
I don't have any Wi-Fi. You know, where we were outside playing or doing whatever. So neither one of my boys, and I don't know if they want to, can ride a bike. And I just haven't been there to do it. You know, I'm there, I provide, I take them to school every morning and do those things. But sometimes like, man, my boys can't ride a bike. Or
Can they swim?
They can't swim.
Okay, I was just asking. That's just
Can't swim, can't ride a bike. You know, so my daughter, she's 20, she's about to get her license, but I didn't have that opportunity to take her out on, you know, just because of what I do. And the good thing about it is my kids understand. I have never done church so much where they hate church. They like church because it's their family. You know, it's people they know, their friends go there. But sometimes, just the other day, actually before I did this, I was thinking about it. It's like, people's like, you're a great dad, but I'm always thinking about stuff that I could do better.
Gotcha.
I don't think you're ever like the perfect dad, or other people see you do this and this. I'm always thinking about, you know, things that I can do better. I feel like pastoring and sports is just kind of like, I picked some stuff up because I know one of the questions y'all gonna ask, because I watched the podcast. I actually do watch it, is where do you learn how to be a father? Can I go on to the next question?
Yeah, go ahead,
Sure?
man.
Okay.
Still Eli's thunder.
Oh no, I got something for him.
Okay.
See, I done remixed it.
And I actually have watched it.
That's
Watched it. So I kind of know how the questions kind of flow. My dad was always there. My dad is a provider. He's gonna be home every night at 9 o'clock. He worked from 1 to 9. 9:10, he was gonna be home every night. But then I watch a lot of other people like Bill Cowher. And I saw the special. He has all daughters. And they said he's never missed a basketball game.
Oh wow.
Never missed a basketball game. So what I do is I take it and I raise the bar and say, oh, that's what I'm gonna do. Or when I was telling you I had to drop my kids and pick them up, drop them off and pick them up on a holiday. But Bob Stoops, I saw a special with him, and he said he takes his kids to school every morning. So that's the time they can talk and time they can do that stuff. So I figured that 30-minute drive back and forth, that's what I'll do. And I'll be in the car with them, and you know, my wife said, are you in there playing, are they listening to scripture? And then my 8-year-old said, drop that out of bed. And it's like, man, what are y'all doing anyway? Take a look in the mirror and say, so that's my 8-year-old, you know. And she's like, what are y'all doing? I need to be in these car rides. And, you know, if something goes down at school, I'm the one that's walking in and stuff like that. So I try to supplement as much as I can just what I do. But I watch other good dads. My dad's a dope dad. I don't think you should necessarily parent like you were parented.
Really?
Yeah, like my dad is 72. So, you know, he was, in his old age, he started to talk more. Like he's calling me probably like 3-4 times a day. I remember when we did our first watch.
Word.
A day.
Word.
And so we did our first watch night service, and we had a lot of people there, and that's neither here nor there. But he came up to me and said, hey, Nathan. I said, yo, what's up, Dad? He's like, I'm proud of you and I love you. And he grabbed me and he hugged me. I was like, oh, shoot. like what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? So I called my brothers like, yo, Daddy hugged me last night. It's like, what was going on? Did somebody die? I was like, nah, he just said he was proud of me. He hugged me. He said, man, what did you do? I was like, I ain't know what to do.
Wow, that's
because he's always there. Didn't ever go anywhere. He was always with us, always at our games. But he just wasn't gonna tell you like, I love you. One time I said, Daddy, it's my birthday. He said, I had you, right? And I said, yeah. He said, so I know it's your birthday. I remember when I first got saved.
Oh God,
and
that's funny.
I was gonna share the gospel with my daddy. I got in the truck with him, and I'm gonna lead him to the Lord. I said, Daddy. He said, yeah. I said, hey, have you ever surrendered your life to the Lord? He's like, he ain't say nothing. And I said, have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? He said, what makes you think I haven't? I said, well, you got to confess with your mouth, believe your heart to Jesus Christ. He's like, what makes you think I haven't? I'm like, dang, they didn't teach me what to do. They didn't teach me evangelism goes bad. And I was like, man, just forget it. Man. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, yo, y'all didn't teach us this. But he's just, and as he got older, he's real talkative. But
so do he call you about anything or just be calling you?
man, I'm telling you what the Joker did. He invited 4 people to church on Sunday. And all 4 of them joined. But my daddy's like, yo, listen, I ain't gonna be in there for all that praise and worship. So this Joker might be outside. I said, Daddy, you invite people to church. They looking for you, man. You gotta be here. I went outside and had some peanuts. And that's just him. That's just him. But with my boys, I tell them I love them every day. We hug each other. I kiss them on the forehead. Tell them so even though my dad was and is a great dad, like I couldn't say, well, look at me. I'm a preacher. Nobody never hugged me. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. And I think that you kind of evolve and, add some more stuff to your arsenal. So like, I didn't necessarily parent like I was parented because, my boys need that. Yeah. My youngest boy comes and say, hug. Yeah, absolutely, bud.
Yeah, my son tell me he loved me so much.
Yeah.
I already told you. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you it's so funny. Like I might put him in bed at night, right? I say, I love you, have a good night. If you need to get up, get up. I walk out the door, Daddy, love you, good night. Boy, I just told you good night and I love you. Well, then I walk away, he said, Daddy, I didn't hear you. I said, boy, go to sleep.
So that's what I meant, not necessarily parenting. Yeah. Because my daddy just wasn't, he just wasn't gonna do it.
You think that was just based on the generation or it's just times have changed?
I think it's based on, I think it's both.
Okay.
I think it's both. I think it's based on that generation and I think times have changed.
We've gotten more in touch with the needs of, that's kind of, we were talking about this before, it's like fathers in the nurturing side versus mothers in the nurturing side, but it seems like now more fathers are becoming nurturing.
Absolutely. And I think, who I think is doing a really good job of it? The NBA. I think the NBA and pro sports, these young guys are doing a great, you always see them with their sons. Like NBA soft now. So like my son playing AAU, and I'm saying I'm busy. I think to myself, okay, now, LeBron playing Boston tomorrow, and he at his son's game, and my son game 5 minutes down the street.
That is a little different because he can't fly there.
Well, he can drive 30 minutes.
You're right.
So it's 30 minutes.
It's right down the road. And so I'm just kind of like, I just see those guys do a lot of it, and I'm like, whoa, man, these dudes are like raising the bar of being with their children. I think one of the things, my oldest son, how tall are you, Eli?
6'3".
So my oldest son is 6'6". So he would be like, yo, Pop, man, give me a hug, man. And I'm like, yo, man, stop. I'm not hugging you. or I'm looking at TV. I'm like, yo, I'm not, like, you all see how we spaced out?
Yeah.
I'm like, we can look at TV like this. Don't sit on the bed with me and you 6'6", and I'm no grown man. Pop, can we go to the movies, look at a movie? You know, he likes sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
And so one day I was like, oh, shoot. So my wife's like, hey, go in there and give your dad a hug. I'm like, Ben, stop. Don't hug. Stop, man. Come on, Pop. Come on. I'm like, stop. So one day I was in church. I was like, okay. I have to become what he needs. And I think that's one of the things that helped my children. I had to become what they need. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So I prayed about it and I had thought about it. And I ran up and I hugged him, I kissed him, and ran away. Because I had to do something I
You had
never
to hype
did. I had to hype myself up. I was getting down doing push-ups.
LeBron, you got the little
He done hit the mic.
So I had to do that, and so I had to become like what my kids needed. I had to become what my daughter needs, and so what I do is just tailor myself to, different personalities,
Right.
different needs, and stuff like that. So that's why I think we're always evolving. But the dudes in the NBA, they killing it, man.
Wow. So you tried to steal my question, but I wasn't even going to ask you that question.
All right.
Because you had said something that was kind of interesting when you were talking initially about what being a father meant. You said that someone was telling you that, man, you're such a great father.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like other people can validate you as a father?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a hard question.
I know, that was a good one. Yeah, I thought about that one as you were talking.
I think it's an internal thing.
Yeah.
Because my wife would say, you are a great dad. But it's just so much more like that I wanna be. But my job is just very, like my son said the other day, he said, you got any meetings? I said, I got 3 meetings. He said, go to the meetings and come back. And I said, all right, I'm going to meetings and come back. He's like, Dad, can we spend some time? I'm like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he's just kind of sitting there and looking at TV or something like
do
that.
The same thing.
Yeah, man. I was like, look, I don't want to watch this young Dylan,
Right.
the dude on Nickelodeon rapping. Like, he not even that hot. And so, yeah, I think it's an internal thing because it's always something that I've set the bar really high in my life. And they think I'm a great dad, but I still internalize.
Basically self-assessment,
all
self-assessing
the
where
time,
you are.
all the time. Like my daughter, no knock on her, but she's 20 and don't have no license. You're supposed to be in the car with them, teach them how to do so and so, so and so.
Especially
And
down here.
Mine 18. I ain't got. She just now feel like at a point.
And that was different for me too, having a daughter, because I've been married a long time. I knew how to communicate with a woman, but not a girl.
Yeah.
Because all boys in my house.
It's different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. So my wife had to teach me how to talk to her. And even when I get in my mannish, like I went to pick her up from school the other day, she was late, and I was gonna be late for a meeting. But I knew I couldn't be mad in front of her because it's gonna hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
So I had to ask some questions, just throw some questions out there about something that had nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah.
Because her feelings were gonna be hurt the whole way home if she thought I was mad at her. And so that just came from, hey, go clean up your room. I'm like, yo,
Oh my God, yeah.
I didn't say nothing. I was like, hey, she's a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, like, so.
That's hard. That's hard. See, so my daughter just started at A&T, and for years she was like, Daddy, she thought I was like mean, just because I talk straight. It's like I'm not good at dancing around and trying to cater, and I'm not really sensitive.
Yeah, I had to, we had an incident that came up.
Shut up being nice.
Supposed to be going this weekend.
Yeah.
And so I asked a question, she answered. And so I thought about how I'm going to write this text to her.
Oh, God.
Or talk to her. And I said, hey, you know what? First of all, let me tell you something. I really, really appreciate the fact that you were honest with me and you told me some information that if you hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known. I said, so first of all, I appreciate that. But because I have to be a good dad, we're not going to be able to do that. Let's revisit it. She said, oh, Dad, we already talked about it. We're going to do it another time. I said, all right, great. But I had to think about, instead of saying, listen, this ain't going to happen. I said, hey, first of all, I want you to know the reason why I trust you, because you were very honest.
Oh, wow.
You were very upfront, and it's not like it just slipped out, but you were very honest. So I appreciate that. That's why I trust you. That's why I listen. But we're not going to be able to do that. Because if we do that, then I wouldn't be a good dad. Yeah. And here's some other ways we can kind of do it. And so, oh, Dad, no worries. Something.
Oh, wow.
And so I had to really, really eternalize that and think of how I was going to say it.
Yeah.
So I got a question. You talk about the good dad part, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel as though because of what you do, there's even more pressure on you that your children, how you parent your children, that your children need to act a certain way, need to be a certain way?
No.
No?
I don't put any pressure on them to be pastors' kids.
So yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, I think my kids, the way I am, I don't think they ever, they like going to church.
Yeah.
And it's different than when we went to church. I mean, they don't own a suit. They wear Jordans and joggers and the hoodies, and my 12-year-old, he wears do-rag to church. So it's like
he just took his off.
Yeah, it's different. And so all their friends are there.
Yeah.
And so it's like a different thing. And then nobody at the church knows they're my kids because they're never around me at church. Like they got their own thing. Like they don't have to sit with me.
Yeah.
They just got to be in church. But they don't have to sit with me. Like, we don't do that first family thing. Like, what the heck? Y'all not the first family of the church. First family is the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Stop it.
Yeah.
You ain't bringing us up on stage. This is the first family. Like, quit. No, you're not. Y'all ain't in the White House. And so they don't feel that pressure. Yeah. They just don't. I mean, they get in a little trouble at school, I'll hear their side and, that type of stuff. And, so that's, I think one of the things about my kids is they like church.
Yeah. Because
that's their community.
Yeah.
Those are people who they know. Their best friends are at church. So to them, it's like, hey, we're going to hang out. Yeah, we're going to hang out.
Yeah.
So
that's different. That's different than a lot of church, especially growing up, because I was a preacher's kid. But I was the worst kind of preacher's kid because I was one of those arrogant ones because I'm like, my pops is a pastor. So I'm not going to be there on time. Me and my brother would show up. Church might start at 11. We're going to come walking in, strolling in about 11:45, 12 o'clock while everybody's sitting down. And we was just bad as far as the attitudes because it's like, well, back then, it was like expected that the pastor's kid's supposed to be up on this pedestal. Well, in our head, we kind of rebelling against that motto, but at the same time, it does something to you because everybody looking at you.
Right, right.
And it's like, well, I don't want to live up to what y'all think I'm going to do because a lot of times what I used to find is that a lot of times pastor kids and preacher's kids didn't really pay attention. They really didn't want to be there because it was like a chore. It was like a job. It was like, why? I don't want to be here because it's pressure.
Like my kids don't know anything else. Like they don't know anything else, but I think they had the opportunity to grow up in a church where there's children's church. So they ain't really in the thing. They somewhere with a slide and, doing this and a bouncy house. And now my oldest boy, him growing up, I was crunk. See, I think my kids, the youngest three, they get a different side. Now, Ben, I was crunk. Like, you better not listen to secular music. Listen, do you not see this shield on this car? This car is being watched by angels.
Oh, wow.
So I want no stuff. He go out on Friday and I go out and say, hey, son, let's go out the car. All right, Pop. What's this? Oh, that's Tiffany. I'm throwing CDs. Funny story. One time he was dating this girl, and he didn't have a license, so we were taking over the house.
Mm-hmm.
So we get in there talking about baby's daddy. We got in the house, and I said, "Hey, so and so, how you doing?" She said, "Oh, I'm doing good." And I said, "What did you do today?" She said, "Oh God, my baby was sick." I said, "Yo, what?" She said, "Oh, I was in the emergency room with my baby all night." And I said, "Yo, baby?" She said, "Yeah. Oh, the baby had a temperature, and my baby was doing something." So I'm leaning on him like, "Man, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you because you've been dating this girl. Do you got a baby?" She said,
How old
"Oh,
was
he was like 14."
He was fast.
Yeah, I was like, man, what in the world? Like, is your name on the birth certificate? Like,
Yeah,
what?
he
She
ain't
said,
tell
"My
me
baby."
something.
She said, "You want to see my baby?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to see that baby. And that baby better be long. My son see it better be dark if it's light skinned." She went in the back room. He said, "Pop," I said, "Shut up. I'll tell you what we get in the car." And she brought out a hamster.
Oh my God.
He's like, "Pop, I was trying to tell you." She called her hamster.
Oh,
a
God.
baby. Man, I was.
So you were ready to jump.
Oh man, I was like, I was Cecil Newton because we had a goal that he was gonna get a basketball scholarship.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't afford to send him to school. We were young. So I was like, "Look, this is fun for everybody else. This is your job."
That's
You
fine.
know, he one day he said, "Pop, we're gonna go to these girls' house and we're gonna hang out and stuff." I said, "Okay, yeah, I'll take you." So him and another one of his friends. He said, "All right, Pop, we about to go." And I said, "No, I'm gonna walk you to the door." "No, Pop, we good. I go knock on the door myself. These girls like, I said, "Man, get your butt back in that car. You not messing up my dream."
You shouldn't have tore up so many CDs.
I said, "Hey, let's go shoot these 500 jump shots. We can't be focused on this." Man, so he went through. My daughter be like, "Daddy, being upstairs looking at that BET."
Snitch on it.
"Get those spirits out my house." And
God.
then these little ones, they listen to Soulja Boy in the car.
Okay.
So I'm a different person.
Yeah. So overall, so you changed. So you basically saying you're loosened up a little bit, or what made the change?
Them listen to Soulja Boy Sweat, that song, I don't think they're going to hell because they listening to, or in the morning, he like, "Man, Dad, put on Michael Jackson." You know, I don't know. I think I was just going through, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm 48. My kids are good kids. They ain't perfect kids, but they're good kids. And I don't know. I'm older, man. I'm 48. I'm a little bit more, I don't know, mellow. I still believe in holiness. I still believe in, but I minister to all different types of people now.
Yeah.
And my thing is for them to make a decision about their walk with the Lord. At our church now, we have like a lot of people who are unchurched, just not people I grew up with. It's just not church. This is their first church experience.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I guess I'm just different. My wife, she's downstairs. "Hey, let's do our memory verse," and I'm like, "Oh Lord."
even you say that.
Like,
So how the kids feel? That's funny. That's funny.
And so I mean they know, but I'm 48, man. And that's why
So how does dealing with so many people at church, in the congregation, in the community, affect when you go home and how the lessons and the morals and everything that you pour into your children, how is that affected by all the people you actually come in contact with and have to deal with? Because I know you hear, because you, like I said, you talk to so many people, you hear a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
How does that affect and impact what you do at home?
Good question. I don't think it does.
Oh, wow.
One of the things with me, I'm the same. And you know me, I'm
Yeah.
the same. There's no turn on, turn off. I'm gonna treat the person who knows the Lord, the person who don't, the person who cuss a little bit. I'm gonna treat everybody the same. And one of the things we talk about at church is stuff that you're graced for. And I really don't get tired of it because I feel like I'm graceful. I know this is something like I'm called to do. One of the things that I was going to do is I was going to coach college basketball before I became a pastor. And my thought is I would never tell, if I was at University of North Carolina, if I was at Central, I wouldn't say, hey, I need to spend some more time with my kids.
Yeah.
I need to, I wouldn't do that.
Gotcha.
And so I just don't try not to cheapen the gospel in that manner. One of the things I did was probably the craziest thing people ever heard. When we first opened the church and we moved our second time, 475 people in there. And I said, hey, everybody take out your cell phone right now. I said, this is my phone number. And I gave 4
Oh yeah, that when you told me that, I thought you was insane.
Everybody. And they looking at me like, are you crazy?
Yeah, that's the
And
thing.
people
You crazy.
they really don't abuse it.
Oh wow.
They don't.
Oh, wow.
I mean, unless they really need, like, going through surgery, something. But my heart is to pastor people.
Gotcha.
And it's one of the things I tell people. I'm not trying to pastor every other church. Every other church has I'm trying to pastor the people here. And my full devotion and time, is with them. And so, yeah, it all rolls over.
Okay.
It all rolls over to me. Yeah.
So you said your oldest had a different version of you than your youngest, right?
Yeah.
So if you're starting over, if I'm a first-time father and I'm looking for some advice, what would you tell me?
Well, I would tell you, wow, that's a good. I think you have to look at the personalities of your children and you become that. My oldest son is me, where he is driven. He is like, let's do it. Like when I told him, I said, now look, you want to play college basketball? I tell you what I do, because I was coaching at the time. I said, I will quit my job, and I will be there for you only. I won't coach anybody else's kids, and I'll be there for you only. He said, Pop, I want to do it. I said, okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna see if you're serious. I said, now, if you want to do this, we only practice at 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning, only time we practice. He said, okay. I said, now, I'm not going to wake you up. If you come get me, I'll go.
Oh, wow.
I'm sitting there sleeping. I'm like, please don't go. Please. And he came. And he kept coming. He came every day.
Oh, wow.
Every day. So I knew in his mind, like I could drive him like that. My middle boy, pretty good basketball player, I can't drive him like that. He has a lot of confidence. He has a lot. And my oldest son got a lot of confidence. Now, if I say something to my middle boy, I can shake his confidence. Like, how's Pratt? Oh, Dad, I was killing him. Now, my older boy, it was different because he was 6'6" and starting in the 9th grade. Like, I had to protect him. So I had to take his ego and kind of bring it down because everybody couldn't understand his confidence but me. So he couldn't be like that in that situation because then he was going to be targeted.
Gotcha.
So I had to, so with all of them, I've kind of, had to kind of look and see how they are and their personalities. And I think that's the thing, which seeing what their needs are. Like when I said my oldest son, I kissed him, I had to become what he needed.
Right.
And I think you don't really know what your kids need until they're kind of shaped and formed. Like my dad, I said it about my dad, but I didn't need that. Like I wasn't like, oh, he don't love me and this and this and this, or he didn't go outside to shoot basketball with me. Like I didn't personally need that.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I didn't feel like I didn't ever receive something from him. My mom was that dog. Wow. She was that dog. Hey, take him out the game. He sucked tonight. Take 12 out. Like that was her.
Wow.
And my daddy's a 3-time All-American.
Wow.
But mama, take him out. Hey, he sucked.
And you were a non-passing point guard.
Yeah, I'm just Look, I was kind of like, yo, how many I got at halftime? So my mom was like that, and my dad, I think sometimes that I did this thing. It's called 25 things you should tell your son before they leave the house. I wrote down 25 things that I want kids to know. One of the things is a kickback is better than getting paid for something. Like, I'm here today because our relationship. So it's stuff that you've done for me that you never charged me for. But then the thing about it is the kickback, I couldn't say no to you coming over here because you got equity. So sometimes equity is better than getting paid for something.
Yeah.
So it's stuff. I wrote down 25 things I would want and I talked to other people who I admire. This guy told me his dad told him hard work doesn't always pay off. I said, what
That's
you mean?
real though.
He said,
That's true.
The garbage man is the hardest working person you ever seen. Not that it doesn't pay off, but it doesn't necessarily make you rich, Yeah. And so I got in my phone and I add them every day.
Wow.
Just 25 things I want my son to know. I want all my sons to know.
You might need to publish that.
The when you talk to somebody, it's all about the second conversation. It's always about the second conversation. And so you having a conversation with them. So when you see them again, I call it stunting on them. You saying, hey, you from Richmond County? Oh, you punted at Fayetteville State. So I know that about you because it's not about that right then. It's about the second conversation. So when I come in, you're like, man, Pastor Nate, remember me.
Yep.
Like, how you know that? Because from the first conversation, then I can stunt on your second conversation. So I know he's from the north part of D.C. So then I'm going to hit him with, oh, man, my homeboy went to Crossland by Andrews Air Force Base. Oh, where you da-da-da-da. Oh, my homegirl went to Good Counsel. Oh, my homeboy went to Blue. So when I see him again, I'm going to say, hey, what's up, D.C.?
Wow.
Oh, yeah, man. You listen to Essence? You listen? So then, boom. He's like, oh, okay, this is Pastor, but he know who Essence is. He know who so-and-so is. So then we make that connection where we can have a conversation. So that's why I teach my kids.
That's really forming a relationship at that
You
point.
form that relationship because nobody don't care then.
Yeah.
I said, man, you know where Essence? Oh, what you know about that? Oh, man, my boy bought this go-go tape. And da-da-da.
He said he's 48, so, Hey, let it slide. Hey, let it slide.
Everybody knows where Essence. You me from DC and I know where Essence.
I have to tell, once this goes off, I have to tell you how I know where Essence.
I can't put that on.
I can't say it on camera.
You know Essence, I'm pretty sure.
This went another way.
Oh, that's funny.
So, I wrote down things I want all my kids to know. So,
got you.
Yeah.
So, well, since you already know that, so since you listen to the show, you know how we're going to get you out of here.
now I do not know that part.
So when you lay down in your joggers, your Jordans, in your suit coat, and they lay you to rest, what do you want your legacy as a father to be?
That my dad. This is a good question. I already know the answer. So when I do a homegoing service, I do a funeral. Ecclesiastes chapter 5 says a good name is better than fine perfume. Because if we put on some cologne and we put on a lot of it, we can be tracked everywhere around. And I want to leave my kids a good name. My dad has given me a good name. I've changed my name twice because of my dad. My name is Nathaniel Davis Jr., but my dad was Nate. So in the 4th grade, there was Nathan Hughes and Nathan Davis. And the teacher said, both of y'all can't be Nathan. I said, I'll be Nate. Because I knew if I go say, I'm Nate Davis, they probably would get me confused with my dad.
Wow.
Which is a good thing. So now I'm Nathaniel Davis Jr. as I'm older. So this older man went and joined the church the other day, and he said, "Do you know Nathaniel Davis Sr.?" I said, "Absolutely, that's my dad." I said, "He's outside." This person he invited to church now.
Wow.
I said, "Daddy."
He ain't hear you.
No comment. He didn't say, "Yes, Pastor Nate." I said, "Daddy, Nathan." I said, "Oh God, man, this dude." Acting like that. So that's the thing. A good name is better than fine perfume. I want to leave my boys and my daughter a good name.
Wow. Now that's one we have never heard, and that one is deep. That was deep.
Better than fine perfume. A good name is better than fine perfume.
Well, I wear cologne, but you know.
Well, look, you gotta talk to King. You gotta talk to King James about that.
Look, listen to the Message Bible. They're gonna put cologne in it.
See, when I do homework service, I can't read the Message Bible. They like that young preacher up there reading.
Yeah, they a judge.
Yeah. Oh. And so then I got to study. Now, the NIV says your gift will make room for you. Now, this is saying it'll make space, and so I got to let them know. So they be like,
you got to be flexible out here.
Man. He maketh me.
Yeah, you got to.
Maketh me lie down. No, NIV says, he has me to lie down. They're like, I said, now, he maketh me.
Oh, yeah, you got to be a chameleon out here.
He lies me down. He makes me, I take a rest.
I go to sleep.
Yeah, that young preacher here.
I go to sleep in green grass.
Yeah, but I hope y'all have, I probably talked more than I should, but I really enjoyed this. Yeah. Like, I really, really did.
Nah, we really appreciate you coming because, like I said, there was no hesitation when I reached out to you, and I knew that we can't do this and not have you, because you've been so impactful from the beginning of my transition, and so man, thank you.
I think y'all have something really good. I really mean that, and I would just get up and leave. But I think this is really, really good. I was just talking to this dude the other day, and I know our time is up. And I was supposed to call him back, but I couldn't because some people had passed in the church. Mm-hmm. So his thing was, hey man, first of all, I ain't no punk, I ain't no little girl. It just saying, man, like you supposed to call me back.
Yeah.
But he had to preface that by saying, first of all, I ain't no punk.
He had to blow his chest out on you.
I ain't pressing you.
Right.
I ain't in my feelings.
Yeah.
I just want you to know. You're supposed to call me back.
And I was like, yo, man, it ain't like that. Like, you my boy.
Yeah.
You supposed to call me back.
Yeah.
And we Gucci.
Nah, that was funny when he was like, man, I just got so tied up, man. I forgot to hit you back.
I did. But see, I know he'll call me back. That's how it is?
So that's how
he'll call my brother, OD. Oh, your brother big time now.
Now, see, I don't do that. I tell you straight up. When I talked to Oliver, I was like, Oliver, I'm gonna get your brother on. What should I ask him? He said, man, you ask him whatever you want to. Yeah. And he was like, I know you're gonna ask him. I was like, nah, I know he's gonna talk.
Look, this is what I do for a living. This is how we keep the lights on.
But nah, no doubt, man. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you again.
I appreciate it.
I can't wait till this one come out.
This is good.
Thanks for watching another episode of the Just My Baby Daddy podcast. For past episodes, go out to our YouTube channel at Just My Baby Daddy podcast. Subscribe, like, share. Thank you.